welcome to the Farmcast.
And welcome back to another episode of the Farmcast. We are back with another episode to give you a little advice in your everyday life here. We're always doing that on the podcast. We always are, but sometimes we gotta give one for the people. We gotta give one that is strictly just some little notes here and there that can help improve your life in a much greater way. What kind of advice do we have today?
I can get started, and this is going to be some advice that's really in-depth, some hard-hitting analysis from me. So you guys ready? We all ready to go?
No.
Wear a mask in public. My God. I know. This is. I don't want to get too political on the pod. You know me, but
Aubrey Huff says otherwise.
Well, Aubrey Huff. I think I could strike him out at this point, but that's another story. Yeah, wear a mask, despite what Aubrey Huff says. Still a lot of corona going on. A lot of states, record highs every single day. And for some reason, whenever I go out in public, there's still maybe, an eighth of the people actually wearing masks that I see. I don't know if this is like a Sheboygan issue, or if this is a, where you are,
I think it's
you
a
are,
smaller...
Fenner and Zach.
Milwaukee is like the opposite. Everyone, no one has stopped wearing masks. Like, it's just been like, if I went to the grocery store without a mask, people would look at me weird, because if you aren't, like, people in Milwaukee take it very seriously, but still be taken, don't think that gets you off the hook. But people in Milwaukee do wear masks pretty.
Yeah, I've seen like
seriously.
1/3, if even. I don't know.
No, I think.
Becker, do you kind of notice that too?
Yeah, but I'm also the one that doesn't wear a mask.
Boy. All right. So
I mean, I don't know. I really don't go anywhere that often anyway. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have I don't have a good reason why I don't wear one. I just don't. Mm-hmm. That's really what it comes down to.
I think what Zach started to say before. I think it definitely is like a smaller town thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I live in a town now with 500 people. I mean, nobody wears one except at work. And like whenever I go up to Fargo, which I mean is like 150,000 people, so like much bigger in comparison. Everybody is wearing a mask. Like out at stores, everybody has a mask on, I just think it's like a lot of these small towns out here, like especially Gwinner where I live, everybody's like, well, like it's not gonna get us here. You know what I mean? Like
I started to get like kind of like, because there's kind of, right away in the beginning of everything, I was like, I'm with the shits and taking it seriously and everything. And then it kind of got to that point where it's like everybody kind of forgot about it, and myself included. And then just real recently, there was turns out there's a breakout in Sheboygan Falls. And it's like, well, nah, we're putting the masks on. You know
where that outbreak started from?
Something like a picnic.
No,
it was
church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it was God's will, so I mean, what are we to do?
Hey, I thought that one guy prayed away coronavirus. Did that not happen?
Yeah, clear.
You guys don't do that every night?
Come on.
With that mega church pastor?
Yeah, that really fucked up dude. Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
The really fucked up dude.
He literally looks like the
Goodbye!
devil. And he talks like this.
Dude,
he has the eyes.
Real creepy.
Goodbye, coronavirus.
He's terrifying. I don't know how, like, I don't, this is a completely separate thing, but, like, I don't get how people can be like, that's a man of faith, that's a man of God, when he was, like, I think he was the same person who was, like, in a reporter's face when she asked him why he used church funds to buy this insanely expensive, just private plane.
Well, it's not taxed. I mean, you'd be stupid not to use the church.
Hey.
Yeah, honestly,
that guy's wild.
Fuck that guy. I only pray to Joel Osteen, or whatever his fucking name is.
The
other shithead.
What about Ja?
Oh, okay, come on.
Oh,
we were joking, Becker. Come on, no serious stuff on the podcast.
Sorry, guys.
I do actually, very similar to Kyle's thing, a little life advice here that's related to masks are headbands. Specifically these kind of headbands. We've been on this wave for a minute. but they're amazing, and I totally suggest anyone to invest in them if you haven't already. I got one right here. They double as masks. They're perfect. They're amazing. Summertime, you toss one on your head, and then like you just get a nice pack, and then it's got like a little hole you put your head around, you put it up. I'm not gonna put this one on, but like it's a fucking mask, and it's like not only
FDA approved,
right? Not only is that like good, it's also fashionable. So if you want to like two birds with one stone, come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
I'm a man of value. Stated it many times on the podcast, and I see a lot of value in these headbands. And again, the big one is they're fashionable.
Of Corona fashion, have you guys seen those pictures of like Walmart's capitalizing off of the whole quarantine situation? Now they have like themed T-shirts about like there's like the Straight Outta Compton, it's Straight Outta Quarantine. That's very funny.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, all the branded T-shirts are coming out about.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love it. Hey, we're living through history. Why not represent it on a screen printed tee?
I gotta wear my $12 Everybody versus COVID-19 T-shirt.
Hell yeah!
Oh no, I
It is the most capitalism thing I've ever seen.
I've heard some quality ideas before in my day, boys, and those right there, those are quality ideas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Going back to, well, I guess like kind of Zach's things, but going back to Kyle's thing, like the wearing a mask. I saw a tweet the other day, and it was like, so, like wear a mask, and even if we later on find out that masks don't work, the experts are telling you to do, and the biggest inconvenience you'll have is you have to wear a mask. Like a piece of cloth over your face. Like, well, I don't understand why people are so like hardcore against it.
It's restricting my freedom. Oh,
yeah.
The best ones are the real conservative boomer memes where it's like it shows like a time lapse, and it turns out this is slowly just a plot by the left to make sure we're all wearing hijabs, and it's like, wow, you really crunched the numbers on that one, connected the dots.
Jeez.
I mean, if you think
Some of
about
these people
it,
are insane.
Kyle, I know I showed it to you. I don't know if I showed it to everybody else, but one of my coworkers posted something on a meme on Facebook related to masks, and the comment was, the government trying to force us to wear masks is a microaggression for when they try to take more like freedoms away from us or something like that. And like he said it like in full seriousness, like no joking, and it's like the fact that people think like that absolutely blows my mind.
It's this idea
like
of
that's
just
not a
being,
microaggression. That is not what that word means. First off,
it's like this thing of just being woke. Who can have the conspiracy that's right?
The right one, yeah.
Right. And that's just so stupid. Jesus Christ. But
this is really bringing out the a lot of people's true colors are being shown throughout this whole thing, which is, I think, one of the most wild parts about all this. You really get to see who is a fucking idiot.
There are people like, don't trust the experts because the experts are changing what they're saying every single day, and it's like, yeah, because they're learning new information. Nuts. Like, what you think? Okay, wear a mask and stay 6 feet away from each other, and then it changes to like you start out no social gatherings of 50 or more, and then it goes down to 6 or more. Well, they're constantly changing it. How are we supposed to,
trust them? It's
yeah.
Like, hey, I don't know how many quarantines we've all been through before, but I think we're kind of all in this one together. But no, can't be having that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
kind of going off of that. Take responsibility for your mistakes, unless you are 100% positive you can dish the blame off to somebody else and it will not come back to you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing better than doing the wrong thing and thinking you're going to get caught for it. And then I say, oh, no, that was Zach. Zach did that. And then Zach gets blamed for it, and they don't believe anything Zach says. They believe me. Yes. No, 100%.
I love this.
Like a specific example of something.
Yeah, I feel like something recently happened to you that
No, honestly, nothing really did. I was honestly kind of thinking, I was like, life advice. So I typed in life advice on Google, and the first thing I saw was take responsibility for your actions and your mistakes. And I said, you know what? I could tweak this a little bit. Yeah. Because I do take responsibility for my actions.
Unless
I don't
can
have
pawn
to.
it off to someone else.
Yeah, unless I don't have to.
This is fantastic. But you risk a lot. You have to make sure. Because if you get caught, you're done. You're done.
And then from then on out, you cannot make up a lie ever again because they aren't going to believe you.
Oh, yeah.
And Wolf.
You're going to be getting blamed for everything.
Yep.
So I have yet to get caught in a lie like that before. Or at least I don't think I have, so I just keep pushing the blame on. The dogs didn't do the dishes. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, they threw them in there.
Bad.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. See, that's like, I felt like that was like all I did as like a kid with like my brother, and he'd do it back to me, so it's not like, but it was like the same shit where it's just like, no, and it's just like you get to a point where I love it when you're in a group and you put it off on one person, no one knows who really did it. You're just there like,
That's the thing. If you're in a group, it's like mob mentality. Like you pointed out to one person, and then everybody else, if they're like questioning it, they're like, well, Al thinks that Kyle did it, so I think Kyle did it. Yeah, and then everybody piles on. They think Kyle did it. You're in the clear.
I'm too easy of a target when it comes to that. Everybody will believe if I do some bullshit. It's a terrible position to be in. It's like when Zach got away with me letting him cheat in trivia that one time.
Yeah, you were just vouching for him.
I know. What a mistake.
That's a great example. Actually, that's pretty good. I was gonna think that one time we were playing. We were at your brother's place, and we were playing. What's that?
Push the button. The alien game.
And you motherfuckers, you know what? We're tied now because I blame that on you for everyone pinned it on me. I didn't do shit.
No.
That sucked.
It's also easy to blame Zach on things. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe moral of the story: have at least one person in your friend group that is very easy to blame things,
or
on.
Just the scapegoat for everything.
Yep. Hey, and if you are that guy, embrace it because your friends love you.
Yep. I think it's like
debatable. Everybody hates me. What do you want about?
I think it's like the quote from it's Warren Sapp. You need a fall guy.
No, that was Chris Carter.
Oh, Chris Carter. Okay, yeah.
Fall guy.
You need a fall guy.
Not to vindicate known great guy Warren Sapp.
Right. That's why I thought for sure is
he's
Warren
never done
Sapp.
anything wrong.
Yeah. Oh, you need a fall guy. Number
Becker,
1.
do you have any advice?
No. Yeah. No, I don't. I was just trying to think of what I said last time and not repeat myself. So I have one that I think is not the same, but
hit us.
Don't be afraid to put yourself first every once in a while. It's a good one.
I had this on mine too.
Because like a lot of people always like try to put others first and like put like their wants and needs aside just to make sure everyone else is happy. And that's fine. Like, yeah, that's usually the right thing, not the right thing to do, but a good thing to do is like care about others. But every once in a while you kind of forget about like what you want and what you want to do and everything. So it's okay to be a little selfish every now and again. Just if you want something or you need to get out of something, just like, you know what do I really want right now?
I want to not be blamed on this, so I'm just gonna toss it on Fenner.
Yeah,
and it all ties
look out for number one.
All ties
Absolutely.
Together.
But
I was just gonna say I had written down make sure you take care of yourself first because most of the time you aren't gonna have everybody else looking out for you. You know, it'd be nice to think that, but that's definitely not always the case. Don't get me wrong, I like helping out other people too, but like you got to make sure you're good before you can really do something to help other people.
I feel like a lot of the best position to help.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the time too is people like get so caught up in like trying to help other people, and then when they need help, no one comes to them or like no one tries to help them, and they just feel like, why do I do all this stuff? Like I help all these people out, I do like all this good things for other people. How come no one does the same for me? And they almost like get in the cycle where they expect it, like and it's just like, no, you just have to put yourself first, like every once in a while, because that's just no one's going to care about you if you don't. That's really very simple way to put it.
I think especially with like coronavirus coming out, I think it showed that like you don't control a lot of things in your life. We like to think we do, but we don't control a lot of things in our life. Shit can just happen and just happen. But the one thing you can control is like your happiness and like putting yourself first. I like that one. I like that a lot. And it was like eye-opening. I'm like, oh, huh. Beautiful.
Wholesome.
Yeah. Be selfish. Put yourself in front of everything
Fuck everyone else.
Nice and wholesome.
Yeah.
I care about me so much more than you. No.
Oh man.
I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I said I didn't care about myself more than anybody else. So.
I think that even goes for something. It's like maybe you just got to take a day just for yourself, and sometimes it's like you kind of just might need to just ignore everybody for a day. It's just like get yourself right. If you want to spend the day just like watching a bunch of movies or something, it's like if you need to do that, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Also,
kind of thing. Like, take care of yourself like that.
Also, like on taking care of yourself, like it's not a bad thing to like it's not embarrassing anymore to go see a counselor. Like if you need if you have like some legit problems, like go talk to somebody. They're professionals. They went to school for it. They're there for a reason. Take advantage of it.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Also, just talk to a friend. They can help too.
Yes.
No.
Maybe they can even take the blame
pick
for
your
a
friend.
problem.
Yeah. Yes.
They'll take the blame for
You
you.
need a fall guy. It all comes back to this, guys. You need a fall guy.
I got another bit of advice. This is big advice. This one is a little more niche. This one's just for NFL GMs.
Oh.
So now this is going to be important. Only spend money on your secondary, pass rushers, and offensive linemen. That's it. That is it. If you spend money
agree.
on any other position, you are a sucker.
Yep.
Why would you spend money on obviously, we'll start with the easy one. I would never spend money on a running back. Are you insane? You out of your mind? You think I'm going to be spending on a running back? No, thank you. So that one's out the window immediately. Wide receiver? Nope. I'd rather just draft one or...
Too many divas once they get paid.
Yeah. Hey, how many receivers?
They're a little too selfish.
That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta get
I don't need that on my team.
You got to get somebody who's a little bit hungry still. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the guys who want it a little bit more, not the well-fed ones, if you know what I'm saying. Go get a fucking
Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin is very well-fed, I would argue.
Wait, did you not say quarterback?
I said secondary, so that's safety and corner.
I meant quarterback, QB.
Quarter. I did not say
draft
quarterback.
one. Draft one or trade one on the rookie contract.
Thank you. Exactly. Just draft one. If you happen to find, a Pat Mahomes, okay, maybe you can spend. If you think I'm going to be spending on, I don't know, a Kirk Cousins, you're out of your damn mind.
Or Jared Goff.
No. Great. I just thought when you were like that, I'm like, well, the Chiefs aren't letting Pat Mahomes walk. So.
No,
and they should. And they should.
Teams don't have Pat Mahomes. But, I don't know, you get yourself... It's very easy to do. Just get yourself a Russell Wilson 3rd round, like we all do, right?
Yeah.
I think this is a good comparison here. Once in a while, just it's like Miller Lite. Once in a while, just treat yourself to a Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Earned what?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just treat yourself.
I think if you do want that quarterback, just trade up in the draft. Do what you got to do. Go get your guy. Yeah. Other than that, you ride out those 5 years on that rookie deal, and you'll be set because you'll have so much money to spend on other positions. Because I think I would rather want, I don't know, like a nice Jamal Adams on my team who's on the trading block. I think I'd want some money sitting around for him. A little Jalen Ramsey action because he's going to get paid. I mean, and just pass rushers and offensive linemen. Get yourself a left tackle. You can draft a couple guards. Get yourself a right tackle if you're so inclined. But I wouldn't be spending money on anything else.
I have a piece of advice for NFL GMs, which is basically the exact same thing you're saying, Kyle, except do not use a 1st or 2nd round draft pick on like a skill position outside of quarterback on offense. Don't draft a tight end. Do not draft a wide receiver. Do not draft a running back in the first 2 rounds.
See, I think I would draft. Receiver. I would draft a receiver because if I'm not spending on a receiver, I'd be okay with drafting one.
My whole thing, and this also, I was going to bring up this, like in the MLB, like fuck your farm system. Who fucking cares? Well, it's a little different in the MLB because there's no salary cap, so you don't have to worry about money so much. Like me as a fan, I want the Brewers to spend as much money as physically fucking possible because it does not affect me in any way.
No, they can afford it.
Yeah, no, they can't afford it. So, but like in the MLB, like who cares? I don't care if I have this highly touted draft prospect who might be fucking good if I could trade him for Francisco Lindor. Just give me Lindor. I don't get why people are so like
traded.
This is not baseball specifically. I don't get why MLB GMs are so like inclined to like hang on to these assets that they think and hope could one day be good after they've batted total of 243 and hit 43 home runs in 4 years in the fucking minors.
Traded Lewis Brinson for Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, are you kidding me?
Like, just trade him. I would trade every prospect, actually.
Yes.
Unless
yes.
it's like Gleyber Torres or, like it's going to be one of those guys like already, like a Wander Franco or something.
Let's go with Gleyber Torres. They traded Gleyber Torres. They got Chapman and they won a World Series.
I get
I'll
it.
take that.
I don't hate it. I'm just saying personally, if he's not like a top 5, but even if they are, a lot of these top 5 guys end up stinking too. Mitch Keller stinks.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Little bit of a tangent, but that's my advice for NFL teams. Fenner's advice for MLB teams.
90% of GMs in Major League Sports are morons. Anybody can do their job.
I could do a way better job being a GM.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I'm a top 10 GM.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time disagreeing.
Oh man.
I'm glad we have that mutual connection. I think Fenner can strike out Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Fenner thinks I'm a top 10 GM. It's great.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
What an agreement.
This dichotomy of the farm. Wonderful.
Oh my god. So I've got something that there's no segue to this. It's not related at all. I tried thinking of one. Maybe the NFL owners can take advice from this and spruce up their breakfast a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So there's your connection.
More butter.
Right. Well,
Well,
so this is stolen. This is not my product, and I have not tried it yet. But my god, I just saw it today on Twitter, and it looks like the best fucking thing in the world.
Are we endorsed?
And I want to. Yes, I want to share it with the people. So you guys ever have like you're like eating brats or hot dogs, something like
Never
that?
once.
And you have it happens. But you have leftover hot dog buns. And you don't know what to do with them. It's like, well, fuck now. I need to get more hot dogs. I need to get more brats. No, you don't. Use those hot dog buns to make French toast with them. So you put it in like the little French toast dip. You put it on, you get it fucking cooking. You turn it in French toast. But then you got a little bun that's French toast bun. You put breakfast sausages on it. And you use syrup instead of like ketchup. So it's like a hot dog or a brat, except a breakfast version.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a whack McGriddle.
That just sounds. It
sounds
does.
great.
Yeah,
I'm not out on it.
I'm
No,
like,
hey.
I don't know why this blew me away.
I thought you were going to spin it in a completely different direction, like just make a small sub or something. Like get some lunch meat and some lettuce and shit.
I've made with leftover hot dog buns. I've used it for garlic bread.
Yep, garlic bread.
Oh,
Yep. Zach, do you know what is in the French toast dip?
Yeah, it's
as you said,
it's egg, it's vanilla, it's cinnamon.
Okay,
like,
I just want to make sure.
I just didn't know what you know the I don't know what they call it like
the batter.
Dip. Okay, well batter's a much better
batter.
word, but I thought of just dip. Like just the way he dipped it in there, I was like, oh yeah.
Bringing that to the next Super Bowl party.
French toast. He just gets the eggs, the milk, the vanilla, the cinnamon, just stirs it all up and just dips his hot dog buns in there and just eats it raw.
Wow, guys, I fucking love French toast.
Dude, French toast sounds like it would be fire.
Oh yeah.
If that was like a dip for something, that sounds like it'd be fire.
Just thought of an idea just off that. What you could do is you could just like make a bunch of French toast and then you just get some like essentially like a toaster strudel and like make it I don't know, like a little bit thinner so you can kind of really dip it in there. You dip your French toast in it. That'd be fire. Make some like French toast sticks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where does the toaster strudel come in?
I think those exist.
The toaster strudel has that like stuff you drizzle on it.
Oh, the cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get some of that. You just make it a little bit thinner.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that might be
Oh
fire.
yeah.
I think
Okay,
those
okay.
might exist.
Just let me have this, okay?
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking of something. It might be a little different, but I just thought, hey,
Wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So Kai, you like toaster strudels, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're very similar to jelly donuts, if you think about it.
Nope.
Not even close.
I'm
Not
expecting one.
even
Back-
And
close.
they're not even
Thoughts?
close. You know what I
Back
don't?
thoughts?
Hey, you know what I don't do with a donut? Put it in the toaster.
You know
Uh-huh.
what?
What
Here's
are we
life
on about?
advice. Expand your horizons in food, specifically.
Here's my life advice: don't eat trash food.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. We want to do this
boys-
again? I'm ready to dance. Like
You can
I'm,
always
I'm ready
experiment,
to go.
see what's out there. You can try something new, see if that tickles your fancy, and yeah, you might
If
just.
anybody hasn't tuned in, feel free to go look at our top 3, bottom 3 desserts, where we have an in-depth 15-minute argument about the merits of jelly donuts and whether they are or are not trash. It's a great listen. They're trash.
I
Exactly
simply
like-
don't care to rehash this argument here on these
that's
airwaves.
why I haven't
so-
said anything. I'm not trying to get back into this.
Zach looked
plugging.
deep in thought.
Becker,
Plug in the pod.
Becker said something I didn't expect to be heard today, and I just thought it was interesting. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Anyone else got something?
Saving us for after the air.
Yeah.
I do have something. So, if you, I wrote down like as soon as you graduate high school, get a passport and get the fuck out of the country for a while. This doesn't have to just be like if you just graduated high school, but say you are in between jobs and you have some money saved up and you don't have a family, you actually have time to go out and like go travel and see the fucking world, or even just the country if you can't afford to go outside of the US, whatever. Just go and do it, because that's one thing I always regretted. I wish I would have done right out of high school is like go and take a trip, a week-long, 2-week-long trip to Europe or something, or Asia. Like go experience different culture. But like now, that's like all I want to do is go travel. But like I have a regular job. I have things going on. I can't just
Quit.
bounce for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Quit.
Like,
Kyle brings up a good
I
life
wish.
advice. Quit.
Making points.
yeah.
No, I agree, and it's something where like I feel like now with like free time, just because of like quarantine and shit like that, or like coronavirus, I feel like almost guilty because I'm like I want to do something like that, but obviously the reason why I have so much free time right now is because of a fucking pandemic. So it's like, well, I can't
Right.
do it now, so it kind of sucks.
Right.
But that is great. The one advice that I've gotten from every like older person who I've worked with in the past has been like, they're like, hey, in your 20s, like travel. They all say the same thing. They're like, I wish I would have traveled more. That is what everyone says, and I don't know. That's almost like, I don't know. I've always been like, fuck, I gotta take this advice serious.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
for real.
we're all about to reach the halfway point of our 20s. We got time. We can.
No.
We still got it
Right.
going.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're 30, 40, 50 years old and you
Never
get
too
time
late.
to do it, yeah, just
Right.
fucking do it, man.
Right. Hey,
I'd rather, and the other thing, like with people our age and younger than us, like I'm 24, even like up until you're 30, like if you don't have like, again, like a family, if you don't have people that depend on you, like, and it's like a money thing, you're like, oh, I have a couple $1,000s saved up. I don't necessarily want to dip into it. Like, don't be afraid to, because you might not get the opportunity to do it for something you actually want to do later.
right.
You know what I mean? You'll be able to recoup money in the
Yep.
next 30, 40, 50 years of your life. Don't be so like
Stingy about
bound
money.
by, like,
Yeah.
Worry
You
about
make
what retirement's gonna hold.
yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
make it to spend it. I fall into that trap too. I'm always like, I save as much money as I possibly can. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to spend this money. But then it's like, that's something I really want to
I
do.
don't want to.
Just fucking spend it. Like,
Right.
you'll make that money back.
Right.
So,
Fenner, you say the word. We're traveling the world. Next 5 years, say
We
the
move.
fucking word.
We
dude,
move.
let's do it,
Say
man.
the
All right,
Let-
boys,
fucking do
roll
it.
out.
Fellas.
All right, let's go, boys.
Yeah. Next year, actually, I'm taking a trip to Africa, dude. I'm super excited.
I've got
Hell yeah.
a Mexico trip next year too. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
no, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully, my God. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Next
Becker, we
goes
got to
super
start
fun,
fitting
dude.
in. We got to plan a vacation.
I am going Nowhere.
All right, Becker and I we're gonna take a vacation. It's gonna be great. I do have one more bit of advice, and it's actually Fetter's screensaver that got me thinking about it. Playing games like Uno or Mario Party with your friends, the best way. It's a great icebreaker, I think, is to play competitive games with people, and a great way keep your friendships spicy, because nothing like a game that makes you absolutely hate your friends kind of brings you together at the same time.
Absolutely.
You play Uno, you're going to feel some emotions when somebody hits you with the draw 4. You're going to feel something in there that just, it really resonates with you. But I'll tell you what, it makes a good memory. I still remember playing Uno. Like, this is it's a mundane game, but I still remember vividly playing Uno with Fenner. And my God, I don't think I've ever been so mad in my life. Good memory, though. Pretty funny. I got hit with so many draw 4s. I got finessed so many times. I never won one.
It reminds me of a simple board game we played in Omaha. It was just me, Kyle, and two of our other buddies. The game is Sorry.
I'm
a very
so mad.
simple game, but yet it is so infuriating when someone just hits you with that Sorry card and just boots you back to start.
And then every single time you have to hear, you get sorry, you just hear, sorry. And then you just look over and you just see one of your smug son of a bitch friends looking over there just with a cheeky grin because they got your ass. And there is not a thing you can do about it. What are you going to do? Reach across the table and hit him? Nope. You just got to take it. You got to take it.
Sometimes you might. I'm gonna be honest with you. You had a couple drinks, I might just take your ass out, dude.
Oh my God.
That's part of the memories, though.
Hey,
That's true. Yeah.
Whether Mario Party, a pummel party. That's sometimes you're playing those games. It makes you feel some things. Makes you feel some type of way. But after that moment has passed, every time you look back, it's always funny. It's always way too good of a time for something that's super simple. Like Zach and I playing NFL Quarterback Club 2002.
Oh, no kidding.
Some of the most competitive shit you could ever do.
Or NFL Street 2.
Yeah.
What is it? Open Field Showdown?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that shit's the best. So
that's a great
Take the time. Compete with your friends at the highest levels of competition in mundane games.
Like NFL QB Club 2002. That is... We gotta play that sometime. That just side note. We gotta fucking
figure out a way to stream that or something.
Right. Oh my God.
That'd be fire.
What a fucking
that game's
event.
Great.
But yeah, I think that's part of the reason why like our friend group within our fantasy football league is close. Because we just fucking it's ruthless out here in fantasy football.
Yeah.
It's fucking ruthless.
Fantasy football like made our entire big group of friends
literally
way closer than it ever would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was just because of fantasy. And my God, there's something about just like the most minor like levels of competition that just adds that little bit of spice you need.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like after high school with no sports to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even helps too with, sorry to cut you off, but
no, go for it.
Like anyone can really play fantasy and do well.
Well,
I mean, I really don't know all that much when it comes to fantasy, and yet I continue to take second in leagues year after year. I mean, it's fine.
And you like fantasy football now because
it's fine. I know just enough to.
I don't see your name on here anywhere, Becker.
No, yeah, that's what I said. I do good enough to take second.
I don't see your name either.
He did.
Well, he.
Yeah.
I gotta put the asterisk on it first.
The asterisk. Yeah, that's good.
No, this is something kind of. I'm glad you brought that up. This is kind of something too. Like, just because, say, like you're good friends with somebody in high school, and this is mainly like high school kind of advice, or college too, like any sort of like school setting, or even I guess like work setting. There's like works can be super cliquey too. Like, there are a lot of people that I consider myself pretty good friends with, like from high school, that like I didn't talk to in high school just because we didn't hang out with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to venture out and meet some other people outside of your little 10, 20 person friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like you will meet some of your best friends ever. So
I think that's one of those weird things that only is existing like nowadays, because on one hand it's awesome because you can keep your tight groups of friends together essentially forever because you always can communicate super easily and instantly with all your friends.
Yeah.
But at that same token, I think it becomes really easy to get settled in with your friend group and not feel that need to go out and like make friends, meet new people, that kind of thing.
And
So
like going off that, I forgot what I was thinking before, but this sparked the whole idea I was thinking of before. You meet you meet new friends like doing whatever, like going to school, at work, or whatever. Just make sure you're like, if you're really close with them, keep ties with them, like keep up with them, because I do that with one of my buddies from school. He's one of my best friends, and he lives out in Colorado, and we talk like every like other week or two, like week or so, which is super nice. I always love talking to him, but I'm not the best at that because I have like one of my old roommates, still one of my best friends. I was in his wedding, and I don't talk to him as nearly as much as I should. And he lives like 30 minutes away, and I easily could just hang out with him whenever. And it's just like, I know I should reach out more, and for whatever reason, I just don't.
I don't know why it's so difficult, but
I know, and like there's really no good reason behind it. It's just I don't do it, and it's just like I know I should.
Yeah.
So like, don't like just make sure like if you want to keep those relationships, just make sure you reach out every once in a while, even if you just talk or like for like 30 minutes
touch
or whatever.
base.
Yeah.
I know, like me, I used to think it would be weird or something. You know what I mean?
Like for whatever reason, it's weird to reach out.
It's
just
not
like,
yeah,
hey,
not
but it's
manly,
like,
you know.
but then, yeah, you know what I mean. But then I'm like, dude, that's one of my best fucking friends. It's not gonna be weird.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like,
I think just in general, I think that's one of those things that I think this is probably my last bit of life advice. Show genuine affection for your friends. It's not quote unquote gay.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we like this isn't
not gay to
fucking...
kiss your homies.
No, it's not. I'll give my homies a good night kiss right on the lips, just mwah. But like this isn't fucking 1955. You know what I'm saying? I like get over yourself. It's okay to give people compliments.
This just reminds me of one time I had it was like a couple of years ago, two or 3 years ago now, and a guy who I had classes with just texted me out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, dude, want to hang out and grab a beer?" And I was so excited because I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, whoa, we haven't talked in a really long time. So then we went out and grabbed a beer. And I found out he was trying to get me into a pyramid scheme, so it kind of hurt me deep down. But it was a great.
All your friends.
That happened. That like similar story happened to me, minus the pyramid scheme. So I used to live in Sheboygan and went to elementary school there. And I was really good friends with this guy, and he found me on LinkedIn and he like added me as a connection. No, like. And I was super close with him in elementary school, and he just like messaged me on LinkedIn, "Hey, is this like the same Jake?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. What's up?" So we like exchanged numbers and just had like a genuine conversation. And like, yeah, I was like, I haven't seen him or talked to him in what?
Oh, nothing.
I haven't seen him and talked to him in forever, and it was just nice to like, oh shit, yeah, what's up? I don't know. It was like super nice, and I actually like enjoyed it. I never thought.
I thought you were gonna say he got you in a pyramid scheme.
No, I said minus the pyramid.
Yeah.
Like, no pyramid scheme involved. Yet
Okay.
at least.
Wow.
No, I do
only
love
imagine.
a good
it was
come
just
back
like
home
one of the
pyramid
coolest
scheme
things.
story.
And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, what's up?
Like, I'll never forget the time we went out in Falls. Becker, Zach, and I, we all went to the same bar. And somebody that we used to know from high school was trying to, was big pyramid scheme on this night. And tried to rope me into a conversation. I swerved that harder. I swerved that hard like a fucking NASCAR driver. Straight into Becker. And Becker got saddled talking about diversifying assets for about 45 minutes while he looked helplessly at Zach and I just sitting there sipping beer.
There aren't a lot of nights we can all get together and hang out and have a couple beers, and that motherfucker just had to ruin it. He saw boys and he saw opportunity.
He saw blood in the water.
Oh my god.
You're looking to diversify your income. Let me tell you what.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah, Becker could probably give us a whole lecture on that. The man got the book.
I'm just too nice to say no. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'll listen to you.
I swerved his ass so fast.
My last piece of advice: don't get into a pyramid scheme unless you can be the very tip top of the pyramid. Then I'm sure.
Life advice creates
which I think they're I think they try telling you that you are at the top.
Hey, I'm sure it's theoretically possible.
Yeah.
if you start your own, we should start our own Farmcast pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
We're gonna be selling
So-
knives.
Oh,
Everyone,
no.
everybody listening to this, come to me and give me
no,
some
no,
money.
Hey, whoa. You need a fall guy.
Before you know, we're gonna be giving Fenner money. It's gonna be like, how the fuck did we end up here?
Yeah. That smart son of a bitch.
Yeah, Fenner finessed
You guys,
us all.
you guys just
You got
aren't
us
doing
again.
enough.
Yeah.
This is the third time. Feder just keeps finessing us.
Yeah.
How do we keep falling for this?
Fuck! You just see yourself like typing at night, like, fuck! I just Venmo'd Fenner another $1,000. Damn
My
it!
thumb can't
Oh.
stop.
How did this happen?
Can't stop giving Fenner money.
The firmer scheme.
Feder's like, this is your choice. I'm just here.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Oh man. Well, I think I have one more that I just want to toss out there that I know Becker's gonna get behind. It's officially summer on Saturday. I think was the first day of summer. So it's officially summer now. And fellas, let's just wear shorts. Let's just do it. Here's some life advice.
that
Let's all
time.
just wear. Yeah. It's about that time. Like, let's bring it back. Short socks. If you're if you are wearing shoes, I say really high socks. Like, let's bring it back to like what, the 70s. Let's just fucking do it.
I've been on the high socks.
I've
for
been
a couple
doing
years
this,
now.
boys.
I love the high socks.
Oh, yeah,
Ankle socks stink.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a big ankle socks guy. I
Like
wanted
ankle
We'll
socks?
get you right.
It depends.
I
Ankle
want
socks is in you
legs
can't see.
exposed.
Like you can't see the sock at all.
I
How
don't
do
know,
you
whatever
do?
you consider an
Very
ankle
low,
sock.
like they're not like super. They're not like they don't have that thick.
Show us
cuff
your
at the
feet,
top.
Becker.
Yeah, let's see them toes.
Feet.
Feet.
That's not your foot. That's not your foot.
He's fucking.
Yeah,
he's barefoot.
I'm
right
out
now.
on those. I'm out
I
on.
like these just because they're not super tall. Like they're not like the crew cut or whatever.
Oh,
I like
oh.
the tall socks.
I
I'm not
like.
a big-
Oh, some mid casts, dude. I love mid casts.
Oh, I like those. See,
I'll wear higher. I don't care.
I like
in.
those, but I also do like those if I'm wearing some like nicer clothes, I guess, and I don't want to wear the tall socks. I'll wear some
Yeah.
of those, like
I'll
if
wear
I'm wearing
tights.
nicer stuff.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
a
wear
fan
tights.
of-
Fuck around.
More
Yeah,
leg
solid.
exposed, the better. So
What?
if you
I'm
can
with
just-
it.
The more leg exposed, the better. So like all the way from
Hey.
your ankle down to like upper thigh.
Gotta show off the assets.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I have this sick tan line from canoeing. It's just like
Feet,
way
Don't
up on-
show that on the pod,
No, it's super up there, and I'm like, shit. I've never seen my legs this tan before. This is great.
So we're not getting any feet.
We're not getting any feet.
Not on OnlyFans or Patreon, whatever it's set up.
Point of all.
Pod's over.
Uh,
Pod's
can you
over.
send the
Becker's
link?
not-
Can you
Becker's
send the
not
link, please?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
don't show that on your fucking better.
You might have to blur that out. I accidentally brought up the backside first.
Oh,
Fenner
I
needs
want-
your help. Give him
Man.
the 3 digits on the back.
Okay,
yeah,
let's,
Al Fenner needs your help.
And
let's delete this part of the podcast,
end
please.
this.
All right. Well, if Becker's not showing feet, fellas, let's wear shorts. I think we got down to something on this podcast.
Yep.
Start a fantasy football league.
Start a fantasy football league. GMs,
yourself first.
show your feet too. You're not out of this. But
And
thank
wear a
you.
mask.
And wear a mask. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Farmcast. Hope you enjoyed our advice. Hope you use our advice. This is fantastic advice here. Great stuff. Also, join Fenner's, DM him if you want to be a part of diversifying your income. He's got
He's a great business opportunity for you.
We
all.
love it. We love it.
And DM Becker if you want to see his feet.
Yeah. We've been trying, so let us know if you get those picks because we
You're
have
better luck than us.
Lord help us. We have been trying.
Oh, boy.
And make sure to like and subscribe on all platforms. We have the audio version on Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. And then we also have video content on YouTube, so go check that out. Subscribe to those platforms. And then finally, follow us on social media at the Farmcast Pod. We got some great content over there. But thanks again for listening to this episode of the Farmcast. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, get some feet pics, and we'll see you later. Bye.